Welcome, everyone. Today we are focusing on one of the most critical safety elements of SIRE 2.0, Item 5.5.6, the control of hazardous energy. This item is not just a regulatory requirement. It is a vital safeguard designed to protect your life and the integrity of the ship's machinery. But what exactly is hazardous energy? It is any form of energy that can cause harm if released in an uncontrolled manner during maintenance. This includes electrical energy stored in switchboards, which can cause fatal shocks or fires if not properly isolated before work starts. Mechanical and motion energy, such as rotating shafts or hydraulic systems under pressure, also pose significant risks to personnel. Thermal and chemical energy, along with pressure in cargo or steam lines, must be carefully managed to prevent explosions or severe burns. To manage these risks, your company must have established procedures for identifying and isolating energy sources before work begins. The goal is to reach a zero-energy state. This means no residual energy remains in the system that could cause unexpected movement or release. This state must be independently verified. You cannot start working until you are certain that the system is fully de-energized and safe. OCIMF guidance recommends a structured 5-step procedure for the control of hazardous energy. Let's look at each step in detail. Step 1. Gather information. This involves reviewing technical drawings to identify all energy sources associated with the task. Step 2. Perform a safety-critical task analysis. You must understand which parts of the job could lead to an energy release. Step 3. Conduct a formal risk assessment. Identify the specific hazards and determine the necessary isolation measures. Step 4. Implement controls. This is where you physically apply lockout and tagout devices to prevent accidental operation. Step 5. Communication and training. Ensure everyone involved knows that the equipment is isolated and who is authorized to remove the locks. Your vessel must have specialized LO2 equipment. This includes padlocks, multi-lock hasps, and standardized tags for different systems. An accurate inventory of this equipment must be maintained. The inspector will check if the equipment matches your records. Documentation is essential. Every isolation must be supported by a valid permit or a detailed risk assessment form. The permit-to-work system ensures that the person in charge authorizes the start of work only after all isolations are confirmed. When a SIRE inspector boards, they will focus on several key areas regarding Item 5.5.6. Let's prepare for their methodology. First, they will review at least 2 recent permits or risk assessments from the last 3 months to verify compliance with company procedures. They will also cross-check these records with the engine room and bridge logbooks to ensure dates and times are consistent. During the walk-around, if any machinery is found disassembled, the inspector will expect to see visible locks and tags at the isolation points. If isolation points are identified on a permit but not physically locked out, this will be recorded as a major observation. The inspector will interview a deck or engineer officer to verify their understanding of the company's energy control procedures. Expect a question like, how do you personally verify that a zero-energy state has been achieved before you start working? Your answer should describe the physical checks you perform, such as measuring voltage or attempting to operate the device after isolation. You should also mention checking drain valves to ensure pressure is relieved and verify that the isolation is effective. Make sure you have your documentation ready, the company procedures, recent permits, and the LO2 equipment inventory. The inspector may also want to see entries in the planned maintenance system related to these safety-critical tasks. Negative observations often occur when there is no specialist LO2 equipment available or when the inventory is inaccurate. Finding equipment locked out without an accompanying permit or documentation explaining the reason is another common mistake. Consistency is key. Training sessions and toolbox meetings are the best times to refresh everyone's knowledge on these procedures. Senior officers should routinely observe if the crew is correctly following the isolation and tagging procedures during maintenance. To summarize, always identify energy sources, follow the 5-step procedure, ensure physical LO2 is in place, and document everything. By following these simple but critical steps, you ensure that every maintenance task on your ship is conducted safely. Thank you for your attention. Stay safe and always prioritize the control of hazardous energy. See you in the next training session.